Welcome back to our channel, friends. If you're here today, it's because something deep inside you knows there's more to life than surface success. You're seeking something beyond reputation, beyond wealth, beyond appearances. You're seeking truth. And truth, as we'll explore today, has a memory. The universe remembers, even when people forget. In a world where deception often goes unpunished, where manipulation is rewarded and cunning is applauded, it's easy to wonder, is karma real? Can someone really scheme their way through life without consequences? Today, we look at that question through the lens of both ancient wisdom and living history. What we'll uncover may unsettle you, but it will also clarify the path you walk and the choices you make. Let's start with the essence. You can deceive people, but you cannot deceive karma. Because karma is not a judgment, it's not a punishment. It's not a cosmic courtroom waiting to prosecute you. It's far more accurate and far more fair. Karma is cause and effect, pure and simple. It's physics of the spirit. What you put out, you will experience. Not because someone decides it, but because the nature of reality mirrors itself. Now imagine a man who appears generous, respectful, well-mannered. He donates to schools, hosts dinners for scholars, praises the poor. Everyone thinks he's a saint. But behind this mask, he plots, he sets traps, he orchestrates disasters that destroy lives, all for his secret desires. He convinces a poor scholar to trust him, offering him work, praising his talent, helping his family. The scholar, grateful and naive, brings his wife and daughter into this man's orbit. And then one night, while the scholar's wife and child are away, the man burns the scholar's house down with the scholar and his brother inside. He cries at the funeral. He helps the widow. He earns her gratitude, her trust. He even manipulates her dreams, staging a spiritual vision in which her dead husband urges her to marry the very man who murdered him. She agrees. She bears him a son. She dies. He thinks he's won. But karma is never blind. Years later, that son grows powerful. He becomes a minister. He rises in government. And then, in a dramatic turn of events, he is executed for treason. Not only that, his entire family is wiped out. Hundreds die. The dynasty that nurtured his rise becomes the one that ensures his fall. This isn't fiction. This is history. This is karma. It's tempting to hear stories like this and think they're distant, that such retribution is poetic but irrelevant to modern life. But pause for a moment. Look around. How many people in your life have succeeded through deceit? How many have climbed on the backs of others, manipulated their way to status, stolen what wasn't theirs? And how many of those same people are truly at peace? That's the real question. Because karma isn't always dramatic. It doesn't always come as thunderbolts or public disgrace. Often, karma is silent. It lives in the quiet hours, in the restless nights, in the crumbling relationships, in the child who refuses to speak to you, in the illness that arises without warning, in the mental anguish that success cannot soothe. It lives in the mirror. Let's take this deeper. When you deceive, you split yourself. You create an inner fracture between the face you show and the soul you carry. That fracture might not bleed at first, but over time, it waters, and no amount of applause or power can heal it. You become hollow. This is the curse of those who deceive and thrive. They win, yes, but what they win can't feed them, because it was stolen, and what is stolen never satisfies. Contrast that with the person who fails honestly, who tells the truth even when it costs them, who protects others even when it risks their position. That person might lose the game, but they win the soul. And in the long run, the soul is the only thing that continues. Let me share another tale, not from centuries past, but from today. A businessman I once met had built his company from scratch, but he did it through lies. He forged documents, tricked investors, manipulated employees. He lived in a mansion, drove sports cars, dated models, but he could not sleep. He began to drink. He alienated his family. Eventually, his closest partner betrayed him. The house was raided. The company collapsed. When I met him, he was living in a one-bedroom apartment on medication for depression. He told me, "I thought I was smart. I thought I was in control. But I was just building a prison with gold bars." This is karma, not as punishment, but as education. Life will teach you the truth you refuse to learn. The longer you delay, the harsher the lesson becomes. But here's the beauty. Karma is not only retribution, it's redemption. At any moment, you can stop lying. You can stop manipulating. You can face what you've done. You can apologize. You can make amends. And when you do, karma responds not with a whip, but with wings. Because the same law that brings pain also brings healing. The same force that punishes deceit will reward integrity tenfold. So ask yourself, where in my life am I not honest? Where am I cutting corners, pretending, hiding? What am I afraid to face? Who have I hurt? And what can I do today to restore what I broke? It might be uncomfortable. It might be terrifying, but it's the doorway to freedom. Now let's look at another angle. Some people deceive not because they're evil, but because they're afraid. They think, if I tell the truth, I lose everything. If I show who I really am, I won't be loved. If I admit my mistake, I'll be punished. This fear drives most dishonesty. And that's why compassion is needed, not just for others, but for yourself. When you catch yourself lying, ask with kindness, what am I protecting? What am I afraid of? What would happen if I trusted life instead of controlling it? This shift from fear to faith is the beginning of spiritual maturity, because mature souls understand it is better to fail honestly than to succeed through deceit. But now, imagine a world where we all lived this way, where leaders admitted mistakes, where companies valued transparency, where families spoke openly, where love was based on truth, not performance. That world is possible. But it starts with you, with your next choice, your next word, your next moment of integrity. Remember, karma is not watching from above. It's unfolding from within. Every thought plants a seed. Every word shapes your future. Every action echoes across time. And the echo always returns. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this message stirred something in you, I invite you to reflect and share. Have you seen karma unfold in your life? Have you broken free from deceit? Let us know in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and share this message. Help bring this truth to others who are ready to live honestly, love deeply, and walk the path of freedom. Until next time, may your actions be true, your heart be light, and your life reflect the peace only truth can bring.